going to hit record and then share my screen. There we go. All righty. All right, welcome to Emerald in 24 Hours. My name is Brooke Anderson. Just to give a little bit of background about myself and my coaching journey, I have been a coach now for 5 years. I currently live in Iowa. I've been married for 10 years and I have 4 kids. I have one in kindergarten, 6 years old, 5-year-old, 3-year-old, and 8-month-old. The younger 3 are all at home with me, and I coach part-time while I also stay home part-time and preschool my 2 boys that are 5 and 3-year-olds. So like I said, I've been a coach for 5 years, currently a 10-star diamond coach in my first business center, and my second business center, 2-star diamond coach. But I don't, and if maybe you don't even know what all those things mean, I just want to give you background that what I'm talking to you about today, Emerald, is the first stepping stone for everybody. We all start with 0 customers, 0 knowledge, 0 of everything, but this is where you start. And I remember it in my journey 5 years ago so clearly. So first off, I just want you to think with this long term. This is not not actually what I think. What do you think of this as a decision? This is not like, okay, I'm going to put Emerald on my goal list for, 2 months from now, or I'm going to put Emerald on my vision board for next year. Like, no, this is called Emerald in 24 hours because it's a decision that should be made today. It's not, you sit back and wait and post about it and pray that a few people come along. It's you go out and make it happen. And I'm going to walk you through what exactly that means. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about exactly what Emerald is. So you up top, right? You are active. You are the head of your organization. You are the CEO. Pretty dang cool if you ask me. I always wanted to be my own boss. And that's what we are in this business. Thankfully, we're not alone. We all have each other to lean up on. We have our uplines. We have just our sister coaches. We have people from all other teams like this whole Diamond Bet group is, which is super cool. So we have you up top, and we are a binary system. So meaning we have 2 sides. We have a right side and a left side. So when you have an active coach on your right side and your left side, poof, you are now an Emerald coach. That's it. So what do I mean by active? So by being active, that means that you have to have 50 personal volume. We call it PV, and every product amount that we have in our Beachbody library, Shakeology, Energize, Hydrate, what did I just drink? I call it my magic mushroom juice. The Bevy Focus, the greens, like all of our product have a volume number attached to things. So it's important to note that you have to have 50 personal volume to be an active coach. So just to give you reference, Shakeology is 90 volume. So if you have 90 volume, you're an active coach. But if someone signs up with you and they don't purchase any product at all, then they're going to be inactive, and that won't help you when you're trying to get to Emerald. So just to make sure that's clear, and to be clear, it can be in any combination of products. That could be Energize and Hydrate to equal 50 personal volume. It could be beach bars and collagen. It doesn't just have to be one thing. And so you have 2 coaches, 1 and 1. So let's talk about where these 2 coaches come from. Because again, we don't just like sit back and say, okay, I'm just going to pray and I'm going to post and I'm going to hope these 2 coaches like magically appear. Like, no, that's not how that works. And I want to go over what are the benefits. Like, why do you want to make this happen as soon as possible? There's 4 reasons. 1, recognition and credibility, right? Like, 1, you're going to get shouted out in the team page. I know I am a person who really loves just like being recognized. I stay at home, so obviously I don't get that from my kids a lot. I don't get it from many things, but I love that in our coaching community, we recognize any little thing. Like, right? If you get your workout in and you share it in your challenge group, like everyone's celebrating you. You get your shake in, you get celebrated. Like, I love those small wins. So when you go Emerald, you're going to be shouted out in the team page, on social media, and it adds that layer of credibility to even your friends and your family. They have no idea what Emerald is. They don't know that means you just have 2 coaches. Heck, they don't even know what diamond means, or star diamond, or 15-star diamond, right? All they know is that they see you working a business and they see you getting shouted out for doing something. That builds credibility and that builds momentum for you. The second reason, when you are Emerald and you hit Success Club, so Success Club is when you help 3 or more people with a total solution pack, you get free customer leads. But you have to be those 2 things. You have to be in Success Club and you have to be Emerald. And then Beachbody gifts you those people who go on infomercials late at night and randomly sign up just without a coach on beachbody.com. Or those people who are listening to a radio ad and they hear Carl pop up and they say, oh, I'm going to sign up for this. Well, then Beachbody will gift you these free customer leads. So all of a sudden in your back office, you're going to have people popping up who are maybe trialing out Beachbody on demand, people that you didn't have to work for, or people, maybe someone who got a year subscription to Beachbody on demand, and those kind of leads. Now, I will tell you, if you are Emerald and you hit Success Club 10, meaning you help 5 people with a total solution pack in a month, you actually get the even sweeter leads, like someone who signs up with a total solution pack, or someone who signs up with Shakeology or Energize or product that most likely will keep buying that product. So that's my reminder to you. Don't just settle for Success Club 5. It's kind of a tongue twister. Success Club 5. Shoot for that Success Club 10, because I can tell you from personal experience, it's really sweet waking up on, like I did this month, on May 1st, I look at my back office and I already have 2 Success Club points because I was gifted from Beachbody a free customer who bought a challenge pack already, and I got two free points from it. So the third reason is it helped your coach and overall team. I know when my coach was explaining this to me, it was like pretty over my head. I'm like, okay, you want me to sign up 2 people? I'm going to be Emerald. What does that mean? But she told me that it was going to help her. I love my coach. I want to support my coach. I want to help the whole entire team. And by me growing my business, that's going to help my coach get to diamond, or my coach get to star diamond, or maybe our whole team get to elite. So just know, when you help your own business, that's going to actually ripple effect and help everybody else on your team, which isn't that the kind of coach that you also want to bring into yourself? Like, you want someone who is going to come in and support you. So that starts with you supporting your coach. Okay, and the last reason for going Emerald, if you haven't been sold on it by all those other incredible reasons, is it opens the second way of earning and the final way of earning, which is the team cycle bonus. So we have 2 main ways of earning. We have commissions, which are great. I will take a commission check all day long. We get 25% of commissions on any order as a Team Beachbody coach. But commissions is not how I built a 6-figure business 5 years in. You know, I'm not out selling 50 challenge packs a week. That sounds awful for me, just in my stage of life. I sell maybe 10 challenge packs in a month, right? So it's not about all of these people. The bulk of your income long-term is what's called the team cycle bonus. So I'm going to break it down just really quickly. This is not an income call, so I'm not going to deep dive into it, but so if you're brand new to this, it's okay if this part might go a little over your head. Just keep listening to it and hear it from another coach, because one day it will click and you'll be like, oh, that's what it is. So maybe this is your 3rd or 4th time hearing it and it's going to click. Maybe this is your first time hearing it and you're like, what did she just say? So I talked about that binary system. We are a left leg and a right leg company. When you are an Emerald coach and you have that left leg and right leg, think of it as a 2-to-1 ratio. I also talked about that volume. A volume is attached to any product that we have. So anytime on one leg, there is 200 volume. It's from any of the coaches below you. So let's say someone purchased Shakeology, they purchased Energize, another coach purchased Beach Bars. It doesn't matter. Just as long as there's 200 volume on one leg, 100 volume on the other leg. When you're an Emerald coach, a team cycle bonus happens and you get $14 the next Thursday, right in your bank account, right in your paycheck. That's it. That is nothing that you did. It goes directly into your bank account. That is just based on what the activity below you is going on your team. And just know, when I first started getting that team cycle bonus, it wasn't big at the beginning, you know, it was just $14 like one time a month because I didn't have that team of coaches below me yet. So I had it like one time a month, but that paid for my business center. And as I started to add more coaches and our team started to grow, I started to see that $14 maybe once or twice a month. Okay, now I'm seeing it once a day. Now I'm seeing it a couple times a week and a couple times a day, and it starts to add up. And as you get to a diamond rank, then it goes to $18 per cycle bonus. And that is where the bulk of our income comes from as coaches, but also it's that long-term thinking, right? Don't expect to sign up and in a couple months, you're going to be making that team cycle bonus thousands and thousands of dollars right away. But if you stick with it and you stick with building a team and doing the vital behaviors, you will get there. So let's talk about those two people. So one of them should be someone very, very close to you. And actually, I would argue two of them. One, because this is the top of your organization. This is the top of your business. Don't you want it to be someone that you love and that maybe one day like will benefit them because you are growing a big team, and then hey, it could financially benefit them. I'm so glad that I signed up my husband as my first coach, because later down the road, now as we are a 10-star diamond team, he is sitting there. He is a coach. He does the workouts occasionally. He's not like doing all the things, but he's there, and his account is bringing in so much income, all because I made that small decision as a baby coach 5 years ago, not knowing what I was doing, to sign him up. Okay, so, and the really cool thing with Beachbody is that you can link your credit card to your spouse account. Okay, so like that's a big one, so that you can link your credit card, you can have your bank account tied, so like it's depositing into the same account. So all of those things can be together. Or if you don't have a spouse yet, think of a parent, think of a close friend or a family member or something along those lines. So you're first off your spouse, and then your second person is again someone that is close to you. That's the other person who is going to be there supporting you and helping you. And I really, really wish I would have signed up my mom. That's probably my number one regret as a coach looking back on this 5 years, is I wrote off my mom, that she would not want to do this, that she did roll her eyes when I told her I was going to be a coach, but I wish I would have just been like, hey mom, listen, I want to get healthy. I want you to get healthy with me. Like, let's just do it together. Try out the shakes for a month, try out a workout program with me for a month. And if after the month you don't want to do it, okay. Like, if I wish I would have done that. And because I wrote off my mom, I didn't ask her to do this with me for an entire year. I actually never asked my mom. She had to come to me and say, hey, maybe I should try this workout program with you. And now she does every single program with me. She drinks her Shakeology every single day, and she is my number one fan. And she is way down deep in my organization when she could have been at the very, very top. And this could have been helping support her, even if she didn't ever want to work the business. So that's why I suggest someone close to you. And I'm a big numbers person. So on the next slide, I am going to show you my husband's account income progression and kind of how it went, because it started off very slow and then it kind of skyrocketed, and I'll explain why. Okay, so here we, oh, no, how do I go back? There we go. All right, insert Team Beachbody disclaimer. So this is not our whole family, because my baby is in my tummy in this picture. So I need to update that picture. But I got my husband signed up at the end of 2016. So that whole first year, 2017, he made zero. Big old goose egg. Like, I never even looked at his account because like, I'm like, well, that's embarrassing. Like, why am I doing this? But my coach told me to do it. And I'm like, okay, trust the process. In January 2018, that is when I got my account to Diamond, and we started working on to build his account to Diamond, and he brought in $500 that month. That's big. That's not including my personal account as well. So we have two accounts that are bringing in a decent amount of money. And then in the next few years, that's when we went 5-star and 10-star, and all because my husband's account is sitting there. He is getting this passive income. right? This could have been a random person on social media or a random person in my life, but I'm so thankful. I just trusted my coach and got him signed up, because when you're in this for the long term, when you're in this saying like, hey, I'm going to give this a shot, I'm going to build this business, I'm going to do this, it is so worth making this step right here. Okay, so that just goes over that. And then let's talk about that second person. I've already told you, I wish it would have been my mom. Like, I wish I would have just bit the bullet and done it. But I also want to just explain it in a way of like, who would buy a magazine from you? Like, who, if you were to just go up to someone, or someone were to come up to you and be like, Brooke, listen, I've been reading this magazine and I've like just felt so good from it. I have my confidence back. I have some energy. I'm seeing great results from this magazine. Like, this magazine is just giving me so much life. Like, would you like want to try out this magazine with me? Like, I would buy, if it's someone I loved and supported, I would buy like 50 magazines from them, right? Like, I would help support them, even if they're like, hey, give it a shot for a month. I'd be like, sure. Like, you're radiating so much energy. You're excited about this, even though you don't really know what you're doing. I'll help you out. Like, that's how I want you to approach asking this second person. And I've also heard it like, who would buy dirt from you? Who loves and supports you so much that they'll be like, you want me to help support you in buying dirt? I'll buy dirt from you. So here's a quick memory jogger activity, just to kind of think through people. Because if you're thinking to yourself, well, I have no one who would want to support me at all, I highly doubt it. So just getting out of your own head, of course, come to your family, sisters, parents, siblings, step siblings, aunts, uncles. A child does have to be 18 years or older, just keep aware of that. Friends, coworkers, maybe like past coworkers that you got close with. You know, I'm a former teacher. I have so many former teacher friends who are now signed up as coaches, because I've just asked them and I've showed them like, hey, I'm loving this. I know you're a busy teacher. Like, you should consider trying this out. Old roommates that you may have lived with, you've done life with, friends from previous towns. And don't forget, if you've been a coach for a while or not a while, like any current customers that you have. I think that one is often overlooked, because those are people who are already using the workouts. Some of them might be drinking Shakeology. And hey, you could say, listen, we have a big launch coming up next week, which we do. We got Fire and Flow right around the corner. And you could say, let's get you signed up as a coach so that you can make some sales, so that you could help some of your family and friends do this. And as I'm working towards this goal, you know, you never know what they're going to say. They could totally shut you down and be like, you know what, I'm good for now. Okay. Or they could totally be like, sure, like, let's try it out. Let's see what we can do and do it together, which is so much fun when you have someone else doing this together with you. So stop overthinking it and just have a genuine conversation with someone else. Okay, this is a really short and sweet presentation. I think that as coaches, we can, in this day and age, like, we can just overcomplicate everything. But now I just remind you, it's all about taking action. It's all about just going, that, I don't know if you've read that book, like, I can't even think of what it's called, maybe Miracle Morning, where it's just like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, make that list, do it, have those genuine conversations that, hey, even if I know someone signed up this afternoon and is on this call right now, like, hey, I just signed up to do this thing. Would you want to try it out for me for a month? And so you never know if someone is ready. I know personally too, for me, I have a lot of teacher friends who are about to come off of a really busy school year, who are excited to dive into this Fire and Flow with me. So like, think of, even though life is crazy right now for people, in a couple weeks, it's going to slow down, and having those conversations now will be so completely worth it. So I am going to stop and mute this. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm just going to, I have probably about 5 more minutes that I could stay on. If anyone has any questions, you can either unmute yourself or you can drop them in the chat section. I know I'm a very fast talker, so if anything went over your head, now is the time to ask. Yes, Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. Thank you, Angie.